I absolutely love the PS Portal. If you've been following this channel for a while, you know that this thing has hands down been one of my favorite gaming devices of 2025. I literally use it more than I use my PS5. Why? Well, because it's compact, it's convenient, and thanks to the ergonomics of being basically a DualSense controller with a 7-inch screen on it, it is a pure joy to use. And now it's gotten even way better. So let's talk about it. Let's check out what's new, test it out, and talk about what this means for the future of the PS Portal going forward into a new year. Now, if you want to learn more about the PS Portal, you can go watch my full review of the PS Portal on my channel, my views on cloud streaming versus remote play, my unboxing of the Black PS Portal, or you can even watch my tips and tricks on how to make your PS Portal that much better. So this huge new update has taken the PS Portal out of its beta phase, and with that, it's brought the ability to finally cloud stream your very own PS5 gaming library. For a very quick rundown, this is simply what we've gotten with the new update. So we've gotten the ability of cloud streaming for digital PS5 games in your library. We've got a brand new redesigned UI, and we've got enhancements to the streaming experience overall. These are all huge upgrades for the PS Portal, especially that first one, because up until now, the cloud streaming beta was somewhat limited in catalog. And if you wanted to play your PS5 games, well, you were pretty much out of luck if you did not have a physical PS5 to remote play. Well, now you're getting a direct access to your PS5 library via cloud gaming. The first thing you get introduced to when you boot up your PS Portal with the new update is the brand new UI. And I think this UI looks absolutely fantastic. On the far top left, you now have three choices. The first is the standard remote play, where you can connect to your PS5 and basically stream your games to your PS Portal. This is the standard way of using your PS Portal that we've all gotten used to. In the middle, you have cloud streaming option, which has now been expanded, and I will get back to that a bit later in this video. The brand new option in the top left corner is the new search function. This new search function lets you search for almost 3,000 games you can now stream directly onto your PS Portal without owning a PS5, either by owning them in your own library or by enjoying them through the PS Plus catalog. So yes, you can now finally play Fortnite on your PS Portal. You can also play GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption, some classic games, and a bunch more. It's actually pretty insane. Now, let's talk about the big change, which is an updated cloud streaming experience on the PS Portal. In a new cloud streaming tab, you now have a way cleaner design showing you some of your recent games you have streamed. And under that, you have two new sections. One section is the standard streaming games from the PS Plus catalog, which we got introduced to in the previous update, which I also made a video on if you want to check that out. But in essence, this is streaming a selection of games that PlayStation has available for subscribers who have the PS Plus premium subscription. Some of my favorite games like Rogue Prince of Persia, Sword of the Sea, Immortals Phoenix Rising is all there, but also other bigger AAA games such as Cyberpunk 2077, Spider-Man, and God of War are all available to be streamed via cloud streaming. But now, as a second option within cloud streaming, we have an option to stream games in your own personal library, and this, guys, is huge. This was basically what so many of us who had the PS Portal from the very start was wishing for, to play your very own PS5 games that you owned through streaming it, without being tied down to having to remote play them. You see, the issue was that remote play was very limited. This is because remote play is simply just mirroring what's happening on your PS5 onto your PS Portal. So for instance, if someone else is using your PS5, well, you're pretty much out of luck to play your PS5 library then. And you could simply not play the games that you owned in your library unless that same exact game was already in the PS Plus catalog, for instance. So for example, if you had Cyberpunk on your PS5 library and Cyberpunk is on the PS Plus catalog, then you could play Cyberpunk. But if it wasn't, then you'd be a bit out of luck. But now, with the ability to stream your own games, you no longer need a PS5. This thing can now single-handedly be your PS5 with your PS5 library intact. And even better, if you do own a PS5, one person could be using your PS5 and the other person could be on the PS Portal using cloud streaming onto your PS5 library. It's honestly just brilliant and simply the way the PS Portal was supposed to be launched at first. Now, the key thing to remember here is that this is your PS5 library you're streaming. So that means it doesn't have to be games you've quote unquote bought per se, just games you have installed onto your PS5 library. So let's say you've downloaded a game that for some reason is no longer available on the PS Plus catalog. Well, you still have it in your library and can still play it. This also means that it could be games that you don't have installed on your PS5, but you do have it in your PS5 library, which means you can stream that game. Now, that difference might seem a bit useless, but in essence, it actually saves you a bunch of storage space on your main PS5. It basically lets you have some games installed natively on your PS5, for instance, Call of Duty and Battlefield, that takes a bunch of gigabyte space on your PS5. And you can have other games from your PS5 library available to be streamed onto your PS Portal without them having to be installed on your PS5 like you did have to have when you were remote playing. Now, some other minor but great quality of life improvements with this updates are the 3D audio for a more immersive gaming experience when remote playing or cloud streaming. You also now get a passcode lock if you want to lock unwanted users away from your PS Portal. There's also now a network status screen to see if your PS Portal is working at its optimal stability and more. Now, of course, it's still not perfect. Here are some of the things I hope that the PS Portal will get next. Number one, I want a full catalog search and filtering. While you can switch tabs and search for supported games in the search function, I still wish for better filters. Give me genre, playtime, multiplayer, and faster searching. Let's get a bit more specific. If I want to play sports game, let me filter out all other games and just look for sports game or horror games or action games. I also want a local install options. Streaming is pretty great, but if you're offline or traveling or at a spot with not amazing Wi-Fi, then having them not installed locally on the PS Portal pretty sucks. That last wish of the local installs is probably never going to come on this PS Portal, but hopefully Sony will include it when they release their next PS Portal to be able to compete with other handhelds such as the Switch and Microsoft's new ROG Ally X. But there you have it. This update to the PS Portal is one of the biggest yet. Streaming your own PS5 library, a new revamped UI, better quality of life features, it's all now here. If you already love your PS Portal, this makes it even way better. If you've been on the fence, this update might just tip you over. And if you've enjoyed this video, why not smash the like button and hey, maybe even hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.